And welcome back to our live coverage from the practice courts at this 2018 U.S. Open, the 50th U.S. Open. We're here watching former world number one, former U.S. Open champion Maria Sharapova prepare for her battle with Carla Suarez Navarro coming tomorrow. They'll be facing off in the round of 16. Sharapova, the number 22 seed, Suarez Navarro, the number 30 seed. They've faced off 5 times in their respective careers, most recently coming in 2015 in the finals of the Rome Masters. Sharapova winning a 3-set match, dropping the first set, winning the next 2. Suarez Navarro's sole victory over Sharapova came in the 2014 Canadian Masters round of 16. That also a 3-set match. Sharapova has had a very up and down road to this round of 16. She looked good in her first round match against Patty Schneider, a straight set victory. And the second round, she struggled early in the first set with her serve, an unusual number of double faults for Sharapova early in the match, but she was able to find a way to win another straight set victory. And then last night she came out firing against the 10 seed and former French Open champion Jelena Ostapenko with a stunning 6-3, 6-2 thrashing of Ostapenko. Sharapova now 31 years old, a 5-time Grand Slam champion. She won the 2006 U.S. Open, defeating Justine Henin 4-4 in the final. Her most recent Grand Slam came in 2014, the French Open, defeating Simona Halep in 3 sets. Sharapova is the number 22 ranked player in the world, of course a former world number 1. We all remember her incredible victory in the 2004 Wimbledon title for her first Grand Slam. Still a teenager at the time, Sharapova upended Serena Williams. Big crowd on hand here at the practice courts to see Sharapova. Sharapova with 36 career singles titles, 37-10 all-time in the U.S. Open. She's 19-10 on the season. Last year, Sharapova defeated Simona Halep in the first round. Sharapova coming into the tournament as a wild card before losing to Sevastova in the round of 16. This is Sharapova's 12th main draw appearance at the U.S. Open. She's also a 2-time semifinalist here. Beyond her 2006 title, she was a semifinalist in 2005, losing to the eventual champion Kim Clijsters. She was also a semifinalist in 2012, losing to Victoria Azarenka. Last year, she became the 6th wild card to reach the round of 16 at the U.S. Open in the Open era. 12 months ago, of course, she just was starting to come back from her tour suspension, and she was number 146 in the rankings 12 months ago at this time. Now back up to number 22 in the world, looking to make her way back into the top 10. She's reached the 3rd round or better in 11 out of her 12 appearances in Flushing Meadows. The only time she lost before the third round was in her U.S. Open debut in 2003 when she lost in the second round. She has the third most U.S. Open wins among active players, only behind Serena and Venus. She is 3-4 against top 10 players this season, the third win coming last night against Ostapenko. She defeated Ostapenko once earlier this year at Rome. She defeated Pliskova in Roland Garros. Sharapova with a 78% career winning percentage on hard court. Only Serena Williams has a better winning percentage among active players. Sharapova also perfect 21-0, sorry, now 22-0 in her career in night matches on Arthur Ashe Stadium. Sharapova with such incredibly powerful ground strokes. Sharapova burst onto the tennis scene at a very young age. She turned pro on her 14th birthday back in 2001. She was the youngest girl to reach the final of the Australian Open Junior Championship at just a little over 14 years old. Was a top 10 junior in the world. First reached the top 50 in 2003 at just a little over 15 years old. And of course we remember just 17 years old when she won that Wimbledon title. She was the 13th seed. Came through and defeated arguably the greatest player of all time, Serena Williams. Sharapova always been well beyond her years on the tennis court, reaching success at such an early age. She remains the last teenager to win a Grand Slam title. She was 19 years old when she won the 2006 U.S. Open. She has a career Grand Slam, one of 6 women in the Open era to do so. She's battled shoulder issues throughout her career, most recently over the past couple of months, even as recently as Montreal a couple of weeks ago. She lost in the round of 16 and then withdrew from Cincinnati with another shoulder injury. Sharapova coached by Thomas Högstedt. Högstedt of Sweden, 54 years old, a former top 40 player in the world, reached the second round here at the U.S. Open on 3 different occasions. Also a former coach of Caroline Wozniacki, Li Na, Simona Halep, Madison Keys. Högstedt was the junior U.S. Open champion in 1981. So you have a junior U.S. Open champion coaching a U.S. Open champion right here on practice court 1. Sharapova hitting with her hitting partner Alex Kuznetsov, a former top 150 player in the world himself, made a couple of appearances here in the U.S. Open. Let us know in the comments your predictions for Sharapova's match to come tomorrow. And also how you think she'll do in the tournament altogether. The draw as wide open as any major. On the women's side, the numbers 1, 2, 4, and 5 all out of the tournament by the end of the third round. Unprecedented. Andrew in the comments showing his support for Maria, as is Steven. Mary in the comments saying good luck to Maria Sharapova. Sharapova, also a very successful entrepreneur and author. Her autobiography coming out last year. There have been 3 different Grand Slam champions thus far this year. Wozniacki at the Australian, Halep at the French, and Kerber at Wimbledon, but all 3 are out of this year's U.S. Open, meaning there will be 4 different Grand Slam champions this year. The second straight year where that has occurred. That's the first time that's happened in 2 consecutive seasons since 1937 and 38. Taking you back in time in this day in U.S. Open history, Chrissy Everett and Jimmy Connors win their first U.S. Open singles matches. 16-year-old Chris Everett won her match, and Jimmy Connors won his match September 2nd, 1971. Taking you around the grounds, Rafa Nadal in the first match on center court is having his way with Basilashvili of Georgia, winning the first set 4-3, or 6-3 up 4-3 in the second. Dominic Thiem, who is 0-6 in his career on hard court against Kevin Anderson, is looking to turn the tide in that rivalry. Thiem up 2 sets to love right now over last year's finalist Kevin Anderson. Of course, Serena Williams, who we just saw earlier this morning, will be the second match in Arthur Ashe Stadium against Kaya Kanepi. Kanepi number 44 in the Worlds. Those two will be facing off at the conclusion of Nadal and Basilashvili tonight. Sloane Stephens, defending champion, number 3 seed, will be on court, as will Juan Martín del Potro, the 3-seeded man, and Borna Coric, the young Croatian star. Sharapova work your way in and out, taking some serves and, some volleys and overheads. Now we'll be taking some serves and returns. Sharapova committing 7 double faults in her first 2 service games in her second round match against Rana Kirsty earlier in the week. 7 double faults in her first 2 service games, yet still somehow found a way to go up 3-love in that first set. Sharapova looking towards her box and her coach Thomas Hogstead throughout that first set, just wondering what was going on with her serve, trying to figure out what she was doing wrong and how to correct it. But thankfully for Sharapova, she was playing well enough in all other facets of her game to still take the lead in that first set and power through for a difficult victory. Sharapova with a very high ball toss on the serve there, which you'll notice. Sharapova at 6'2", reaching up and connecting with the ball at its highest point. It all comes down to timing on the serve for Sharapova with that high ball toss, and her timing just seemed to be a bit off in that aforementioned second round match. D asking in the comments, when is the next match time? Sharapova, her next match will be tomorrow. That schedule not yet released. We'll update you as soon as it is. The next match time in general on Arthur Ashe Stadium will be Serena Williams playing against Kai Kanepi at the conclusion of Rafa Nadal and Basilashvili. Javier in the comments predicting a Serena and Maria final. Should Maria Sharapova defeat Carla Suarez Navarro, she could face Madison Keys in the quarterfinals. Keys will face Cibulkova tomorrow. Sharapova 1-0 against Madison Keys in their careers. They haven't played since 2014, however. That was a 3-set battle. There's the serve that Sharapova was looking for. Beautiful day for tennis here in Flushing Meadows. Perfect conditions. You see Hogstead there motioning the proper form in serve technique. Sharapova tossing the ball and then letting it fall, not happy with exactly where she placed her tosser. You saw her do that quite a few times in that second round match where she had all of her serving issues as well. Mark in the comments saying, love Maria, looking at the draw and believes she has a shot at the final if her serve holds up. No one has more fight. Sharapova is certainly a fighter, as we saw in that match. Even when her serve is an issue for her, she's still able to find a way to fight through and survive and advance. Beautiful forehand there from Sharapova. Hogstead now going out and giving her some additional tips. But should Sharapova stay healthy and find her timing, she is certainly a contender for this U.S. Open. Sharapova dropping her arm a bit early there, causing the ball to go into the net. That serve is what she's looking for. Sharapova giving a smile to Thomas Hogstead after that serve and quick point as Sharapova goes and takes a break. We're going to take a break as well, but we'll be back with so much more coming later in the day. Novak Djokovic will be bringing you his practice live. Juan Martín del Potro, the number 3 seed in 2009 champion, and many more. So stay tuned with us here on U.S. Open social media. Joey Brander here with you all tournament long. We'll be right back.